Reflective post about vinyl cutting the phone and the issues that came across when doing this. Overall, it was a very hard task to do to put up this vinyl phone, simply because of the technical side of it. Um, I had to remake the top of the phone 3 times. Um, this is because the first time, because we had to do the phone in 3 different sections. The 2 bottom bits of the phone lined up with the third bit for some reason, even though it was like at the same measurements, it didn't print out that way. So it was about a few inches too big. Um, and then I decided to remeasure everything and then go back with the same measurements and then reprint it again, thinking that this would be the good one, and then this one was too small. So then I realised, I measured it, and the actual new phone top had come out too small, because the actual machine is off rather than my measurements. So I had to use maths to work out the difference between the two and then compensate it in the machine and making it bigger than it actually is. So once I did that, it came out and it was the right size. However, I didn't properly take into account the size of the viewing hole. So when I put it on top, a few centimeters gap in between the 2 bits of phone. So to solve this, I went and got some excess vinyl and cut out the right amount to sort of patchwork it. So I did that and stuck them on, and then after that, I just took a ruler and a scalpel and just went down the side to make sure it was all straight and they were all lined up. When looking at it, I could still see the whites from the borders, and I thought that looked quite distracting for the piece in general. So I decided to get some black paint and just fill in the gaps for finishing touches, just to neaten up. So overall, I am happy with it now. However, it's taken a lot more time than I thought it would, from the troubles I've had with it, and also because the technician is very busy, so I can only grab him 5 minutes at a time, and I'd have to wait long periods of time to see him again. So having these troubles coming up, I couldn't automatically go and get another one. I would need to wait a bit for him to be free. If I was to do this again, I don't think I could have done anything differently in regard to the size of the phone and the way I did it. However, the actual viewing hole I could have taken into account more, rather than assuming it was a certain size and giving a rough estimate. And that's my reflective on vinyl cutting.